feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it's sink or swim, only option is to win.
Hey everyone, welcome to the post-show wrap-up video for the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast. We've been joined today by our very special guests, Danny Games and Bryan Scoggins of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission. I'm Rich Jensen, your host, along with my co-host David Sims. As always, you can catch every YouTube video at our YouTube channel to see the post-show wrap-ups, and we always encourage you, go to arkansas.shrimptankpodcast.com to listen to the entire podcast. We got some great information today. If you're a business owner looking to grow your business, start a business, you'll definitely want to listen to the entire podcast. In fact, David, I think you had some questions you wanted to ask Danny.
Danny and Bryan, great to have you all here. It was very educational, very good. I really hope your listeners will listen to the podcast. But Danny, start off and share what you did on the podcast about what the AEDC's mission is.
So thank you, David and Rich, again. The Arkansas Economic Development Commission is the state's primary economic development agency. We're approximately one of roughly 35 across the country. Not every state is actively involved in economic development, but obviously Arkansas takes a lot of initiative in that front. We are a state agency. We report directly to the governor, and we essentially act as facilitators, trying to encourage the creation of jobs, increased incomes, and attracting investment either through our existing businesses and industry or attracting new business and industry to the state.
Fascinating. Do you have a budget? I forgot to ask it on the podcast. You have a budget. How much money do you guys give away?
And how do we get some?
How do we get some?
Well, we have a budget. We have an operating budget appropriated by the state legislature, and then there are various incentive and credit funds that we're able to tap into, again, as budgeted.
Now, there was something during the podcast that I found really fascinating. Talk about a resource for entrepreneurs hoping to start a business, trying to come up with a business plan. You talked about, I think, Bryan, you mentioned Innovate Arkansas, which is a non-governmental but a nonprofit nonetheless to help entrepreneurs and as they get started.
Yeah, we partnered up with Innovate Arkansas. They're housed at Winrock International, and what we want to do is we want to make sure young, growing entrepreneurial efforts have the best opportunity to succeed. So our goal then is to ask those companies to sit down with Innovate Arkansas, have them go through their business plan. They're going through it. They're looking for trying to develop that business plan so they can develop the talent that they have, raw talent they have, possibly help them think about ideas of where they might be able to go to attract capital that they need. And then what it does is it gives them a cohesive description to present to potential investors, to lenders, to anyone else that might be looking at getting involved with the company. It gives them a good cohesive plan to present to them and a vision for what they want to do with the company.
And it sounds like it's almost a place where you can go and find out the questions you should be asking that you don't even know you should be asking.
Yeah, it's questions you hadn't thought that you need to ask yourself. They challenge you. They make you think about what your idea is. And the idea, they'll also go through the typical problems that early stage companies have to make sure you're going to hit some walls and you're going to have to be able to adapt and you're going to be able to do some what they call pivots. So it's a very, very helpful service that they bring to the table.
Well, during the podcast, we learned about tax incentives, grants, financing options. There's a lot available. Some of it is for larger employers, but some of it is for those small businesses that are just really starting to grow or getting their start. So, Danny, I know there's a lot on your website, but in general, how would someone go about getting information that they really want? Is the website the place to go? And if so, where do they go for that website?
Certainly, ArkansasEDC.com, ArkansasEDC.com. It does have a good presentation of the various types of incentives, both statutory and discretionary, that would apply, and what companies are eligible for what. There are rules and regulations, and there's a lot of information that can be read. We have tried to boil it down and make it very attainable and understandable. And if a company says, I think I could utilize this or leverage that or take advantage of a particular program, they would be able to deduce that from our our website, and then that would drive and facilitate the discussion. I would say very few companies that we work with on a regular basis who have not availed themselves of our website and have educated themselves in a pretty good manner. And obviously that's what we want to do, whether they're already domiciled in Arkansas or somewhere else around the globe.
And just so our viewers know, we are talking to the people that are in the know. Danny, your title is?
Executive Vice President, Global Business.
And Bryan?
I'm the Director of Business Finance.
So you'll see their smiling faces on the website. Go there, find out what you need to know. Next week, we're going to have another successful entrepreneur from Central Arkansas, Joel Johnson of PI Roofing. You won't want to miss it. And remember, to become a shark, we all start out as shrimp.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.